Hey guys, redch0psticks here. Sorry I don't have an intro to this one yet. This game is something else. Have you guys ever bought games based on their cover?
Before the internet was a source of game reviews and many other things, a lot of games that I have in my collection I picked up strictly based on the cover. These games include Dot Hack, Rogue Galaxy, Tales of the Abyss, now that I think about it, a lot of RPGs. I still do this even today. When I go to used game stores and I see something that catches my eye, I tend to pick it up. Once again, a lot of them are RPGs.
And that's where today's game comes in. I didn't really actually buy this one itself as much as I got it for free. You know those certain deals where you can buy a certain number and get one for free? Well, that's where I got this one. But answer me this question. What kind of game do you think of when you see this for a cover?
It looks like Charlie's Angels meets the Terminator universe. Released over here in America by XS Games in 2003, I wonder if anyone ever picked this one up.
Gotta say, I'm not exactly looking forward to this one, but I mean, how bad could it be? Why did I say that?
Oh, this is a good sign. Huh, that's interesting. There's actually something underneath the easy level in difficulty called Monkey.
So, if I give this game to a monkey, I set it to that difficulty, does that mean the monkey would beat the game? Also, is that racist? Species? Who cares?
Alright, let's just set this to normal and pick one of our girls. Blue Rabbit with a pocket watch.
Aren't you late for a very important date? Wait, stop! Hold on for a second. Okay, seriously, did I put in the right game? I mean, here's the cover, there's the game. Cover, game, cover, game, cover, game, cover, game, cover. You understand here what I'm saying here, right?
So this game is a 2D shooter featuring a witch, a rocket man, a robot, an elf girl on a cloud, and a man on a pedal playing. Seriously, did I put in the right game?
Okay, I gotta look up some more information on this game. Well, now I'm even more confused!
So this game is based off a Japanese arcade called Gunbird back in 1994. The story for Gunbird tells how 5 adventurers are searching for a mystical mirror that is said to grant wishes, and to stop an organization before they get it.
Did you get all that? Well, good, cause it's all pointless.
Yeah, one of the big changes that happened to this game when it came over here was that anything story-wise was taken out of the game, including characters' ending. But what was the point? It's not like the story had anything hard to understand. 5 heroes, a mystical item, and a bad organization. Simple. You couldn't get more simple unless you said the words hero, dragon, and princess in one sentence. You'll notice that I said that it's one of the things that have been changed. The others? Their names. Well, at least 3 of them were. Marin and Yoon kept their names, but the rest were changed. In fact, 2 of them had their names changed to XS Games employees' names, one of them being the producer's name. Can you guess which one? Is it Jason Last, John Suarez, or MILF2000?
Yes, there was a character in this game who was called MILF. Just let that sink in for a second.
Before you ask, no, that was not the original Japanese name. His original name was Valnus, a Russian robot that was sent to obtain the mirror. His character is still the same, but his name was changed to MILF. I think it was supposed to be MLF2000, as that is the name on the game's manual, but the game still says MILF.
Long story short, this is a Russian robotic mother that I'd like to Let's talk about the gameplay! Yes, let's.
As I mentioned before, Mobile Life Force is a vertical moving shooter. The goal is to get from start to finish and defeat the boss at the end. The game is really simple to understand and to play. All you do is hold the rapid fire button and you don't get hit. Even the controls of the game is simple. You have a fire button, a rapid fire button, a bomb button, and you move with the directional buttons. The control of this game is very smooth and there's no delay in the gameplay. You also have a few things to keep an eye on during the game. One of them is the items that you can obtain. The first one is a P-pill, for lack of a better word. Is a power-up and it gives you more firepower. Bombs can also be found and clear the area, including enemy bullets. And the last item is coins, which raises your point value. That's about it. The game also has an interesting thing that happens when you hit an enemy. The only way you can lose your life in this game is if you get hit by a bullet, but if you bump into enemies, you lose only your power-up, and when that's gone, your bombs. I'm not sure if this means you're also temporarily invincible. I never took that chance. As someone who played Mario a lot, getting hit can cost a life. I didn't want to see after getting hit by a bullet right after I bumped into an enemy would cost me a life or not. Even if you lose all your lives, you can still play. There are unlimited continues, so you can keep playing the game. There are two big things that you'll also notice throughout the game. The first are 3 characters that appear in each level. These characters have something to do with the organization trying to get the mirror, but since the story was taken out of the game, they're just people trying to show up and kill you. The final thing you notice is something that happens before you face the boss. This awkward pause. This is the game loading for the cutscene in the story, but once again the story was taken out of the game, so it's just an awkward pause. And this happens before every boss fight. It just ruins the flow of the game. Speaking of bosses, in this game they're quite creative. They're not as simple as you think. You thought you were destroying a ship, but then it turns into a giant robotic pterodactyl. What was a tower now turns into a robotic knight's torso wielding a lance and shield. And then the statue head turns into a robot, then turns into a skull, and then finally a dragon. Sure, why not? The final boss is also something as well. At first you fight the organization, which might mean something if the story was here, I'm just saying. But then you fight a pillar, and then the mirror is placed in it, and then you fight the cat character from the Samurai Legend Musashi game? Interesting. After hitting him and dodging his bullets, I beat him!
I won! I guess?
Remember, the story was taken away, so all you get is the end words and you place yourself on the scoreboard.
You know, I have to say, I actually had fun with this game. It's got an odd choice with its story, but it was fun. I mean, it's easy to pick up, it's kind of fun at times, and it's got a sequel? I gotta check this out. What the hell is this?
I can't believe it, it's the same cover. The only thing that's changed is the color of the title and adding the number 2. I haven't seen anything this cheap since Mortal Kombat Annihilation's title screen. Same as the first, just add Annihilation at the end. Seamless.
How much would I bet that this is just this again? Oh my god, it's the same game! I paid money for this? Okay, no, it's not the same game. I'm just joking with you. In fact, they couldn't be any more different. Oh, by the way, those who actually betted who said it was the same game, you lost. Pay up. No, seriously, pay up.
Now there was a sequel to Gunbird 2, and it would make sense that Mobile Light Force 2 is just that sequel. But that would make sense. Mobile Light Force 2 is based off of a different Japanese arcade game. Different style, different company. In fact, the only thing that's the same in both games is that the story was once again taken out. For some reason! Mobile Light Force 2 is based off a game called Shikigami no Shiru, released in Japan in the arcades in 2001, and then was brought over here in America in 2003. The exact same year and the exact same month as Mobile Light Force 1. Shikigami no Shiru is a shoot-'em-up game, but a different type of shoot-'em-up, known as a danmaku. Danmaku, or more commonly known as bullet hell game, is similar, but there are differences. The bullets are slower and they come in greater numbers, and your sprite is considerably much bigger as well. Now I only have played 2 danmaku games, this one and one on the Xbox 360 called Death Smiles. I'll be honest, I'm not great with danmakus. I find the hit detection can be kinda odd for me to figure out, and when I got hit, I found it hard to figure out why. Don't get me wrong, I like danmaku games, and I'm looking for some more, but man is it confusing to figure out when you get hit and when you don't. Like I said, the story was taken out of this game, but honestly, I'm okay with that. I couldn't find much on the story, but what I did find didn't make a whole lot of sense. It's something about murder and creatures and God, and man, this is an odd one. The game has 5 stages, each stage having 3 levels with a boss at the end. The first and third boss ones will have you dodge enemy fires and make it to the boss, while the second just starts off with the boss. Like before, you have a rapid fire button, and each character has their own unique bombs to help clear the stage. You also have a life bar, which I'm not sure if all danmaku games have a life bar, but here you can take up to 3 hits before losing your life. Unlike the first Mobile Light Force game, there are limited continues in this one, so if you die too many times, the game is over. You'll also notice all sorts of coins spilling out of the enemies, and this is how you power up, or level up as it's called here. After collecting a certain amount of coins, you can level up your firepower up to 4 levels, but if you die or take any damage, you lose all your coins, which happened a lot. Like I said, I never understood the hit detection in these games. Sometimes I can pass all kinds of bullets.
And sometimes I would take a hit. Actually, I took lots of hits. I never got past level 2.
The other thing you can do is called...
Oh, God, are you kidding me with this? It's literally called the Mobile Life Force 2 attack. Real creative.
By holding down the attack button, you can do a different type of attack. This attack doesn't have the range as your firepower, but this attack can collect coins automatically and it helps you level up. The drawback to using this attack is making your character much slower, and that affects you. There are times where you have to be careful flying and avoid enemies that can't die for some reason. Oh god, how am I supposed to get past all this? The last thing to mention is a green outline that surrounds your character. This isn't an odd choice for an outline of these characters, it's a system called tension. If you can get close to an enemy's attack, or close to anything that would cause damage, and just barely get hit, this will cause the outline to turn red. By doing this, your attack will be much stronger than before.
Of course, if you mess up, you're gonna take a hit, and trust me, every time I tried to attempt this, I could not describe to you how much tension I felt. Oh my god, I just realized why it's called tension!
Every time I had to do this, I got so nervous, and when I got hit, I backed up and I didn't try to do this ever again.
And that was Mobile Life Force 1 and 2. Since both games had the stories taken out, there's really not a lot to say. All that's left is the game itself, but on that note, I had fun. It's weird, both of these games, they're like book covers.
Have you ever saw the cover of something and you thought it looked stupid, but when you got it, you found out that it's actually something good? Well, that's both of these games. While I still question the decisions that both games got, it doesn't hurt the game that much. They're easy to understand, they're easy to play, and it goes by quickly. The covers might be bad, but the games are fun.
If you're interested in these games, honestly, I'd say pick them up. They're both really cheap games. I mean, this one I got for free in a deal, and this one was like $4 at most. Again, I'm really surprised at how much fun I had, and I think you would be surprised too. But hey, don't take my word for it. I say pick them up and try them out for yourselves. Well, that's all I gotta say about these games. I'm redch0psticks, and I'll see you guys next time.